Here's everything that happened in America in the last 12 hours. The Justice Department opened a criminal investigation into Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey over alleged obstruction of federal immigration enforcement. Both Democrats called it intimidation and said they will keep criticizing ICE tactics. Republicans in Congress are split over President Trump's push to acquire Greenland, with some warning it could strain NATO ties. Lawmakers are weighing limits on funding for any move to seize the territory. A New York Times Magazine report details how Minnesota's liberal politics and refugee communities are colliding with a federal ICE surge. The story tracks disruptions for residents as enforcement and protests intensify. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said Americans can eat healthy for about $3 per meal under updated federal dietary guidance. Critics argue the math depends on time, access, and food budgets many households don't have. The Supreme Court agreed to hear a major case on geofence warrants that collect location data from phones near a crime scene. The ruling could reshape how police use broad digital searches. A new AP NORC poll shows fewer Republicans say President Trump has helped a lot with the cost of living. Most still give him strong marks on immigration, but views on the economy are more mixed. Virginia lawmakers approved a proposed constitutional amendment that would allow a mid-decade redraw of congressional districts. The measure now heads to voters for final approval in a statewide referendum. Minnesota Democrats held a public hearing in St. Paul to press for oversight of ICE's surge in the state. Lawmakers demanded answers about arrests, raids, and use of force during the operation. President Trump promoted a $50 billion rural health initiative and said the money will come from cutting Medicaid, waste, fraud, and abuse. The plan targets rural hospitals and services in communities nationwide. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado handed President Trump her Nobel Peace Prize medal during a White House meeting. The Nobel Committee said the award cannot be shared or transferred, even if the medal changes hands.